it's nearly Christmas.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Hey. So, it's that time of year. The nights are getting longer. The days are getting shorter. It's cold. And my cats are attacking my Christmas tree every day. So it must be Christmas.
Nearly Christmas. Woohoo! What an exciting time. Have you ever, Jodie, directed or put on a Christmas performance?
Not at school, no. Like, not as a teacher. When I was a student, I would help with the teacher's performance. I do all the techie stuff. And I've done my fair share of pantomimes. Yeah. What about you? Have you ever done a show?
I once taught at a drama school, and I taught the littlies, like reception age children. And so we did Snow White and the Nine Dwarves, because I had slightly too many people to cast. And the dwarves started off at the back of the room and you know, to hi ho, in they came, down the aisle, down either side. And all of them went and found their mums and sat down on their knees. So I ended up with Snow White and no dwarves whatsoever. It was quite funny, really.
Prep the halls, deck the presents, and wrap the turkey. It's your own time you're wasting, and it's nearly Christmas. Are you on the naughty list?
So, today we welcome back our resident Christmas-ologist, Claire. Claire, hello.
Hello. I've never been called a Christmas-ologist before.
I'm not even sure it's a word. I think I just made it up.
That's okay.
So you might remember the last time you were here, we had lovely mince pies. Well, I had lovely mince pies sent by our lovely producer, Penny. She's decided to take it up a step this year and has sent none of us mince pies.
No, so at least we're all even this year, Jodie.
Yep.
I was thinking you were going to get some to get back at me, but...
They did arrive eventually.
So today we're talking about Christmas shows, as you may have guessed. We love a staff panto. I love a staff panto. What sort of staff chaos do you get onto, Claire?
Oh, well, in the past, I've been involved in a staff pantomime, which was very early in my teaching career. I've also done, I've been a judge in a Christmas talent show.
Ooh, brilliant.
And I've sort of helped organise Christmas shows. And once I was involved in putting together I didn't organise it, but I was involved in putting together like a Christmas video that we made for all the staff made for the students. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that sounds.
So
really
wait, what was
fun.
this Christmas video? Was it like a?
It was basically what we did was. We used to do it every single year, and there was like a Christmas song that was chosen. It was the music teacher that did it all, and he was very good with all of the technical stuff. And so what he did was he got a sort of backing track of, I think we did one year was Do They Know It's Christmas? Got a backing track, and we were all called in at different moments to sort of record a bit of it, and he would also film it for us. And so we ended up with a special like Christmas song and Christmas video that was then shown to the kids in the end of year Christmas assembly.
And did they love it?
Oh my God, they love it every year. Every year. They love it every year. It's always like, oh yeah, who's going to be in it? What bit are they going to sing? Like, what are they going to do? We all had like Christmas accessories, like a hat and like, you know, we'd do a little dance or whatever. And in the instrumental bits, there'd be people doing funny things. You know, it was really good fun. They love it every single year. They love it.
There's endless fascination with staff out of context, isn't there?
Yeah.
They just love
it. They do. Yeah, they definitely do.
Staff panto. So I remember when I was a student, our staff pantos would be from every department. I remember Mr. Webb, my favourite maths teacher, who I mention far too often on this podcast. He would be in it, and like sometimes it was a panto, sometimes it was just a show. One year they did Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, don't know why. But there was Mr. Webb, a bunch of others. Sometimes our head teacher would get involved. Do you find that people from every department get involved, or is it just drama and English?
I find most of the time it's drama who will organise things like the pantomimes and things like that. And obviously if it's a Christmas show involving just the students, then they'll be the ones behind it. But I think it really depends on the school, and it depends on the size of the drama department, but things like budgets and stuff. Because when I was organising it, I was primarily an English teacher, but I was also teaching some drama as well. But it wasn't seen as like my responsibility necessarily, but I was more than happy to do it and loved doing it. So I stepped up and did it. But in some schools I've worked in, some bigger schools that have a more sort of dedicated drama department, I've not really been involved at all. So it depends on the school and the staffing, etc.
Did you write your own script, or did you use one that already existed?
I've never written my own, but I've known some teachers have written their own script. The one that I was involved in, I performed in, but I wasn't involved in like the writing of it or anything. But they wrote their own scripts. Yeah,
we always used to do our own scripts because you could put in jokes about the teachers then, and that made it really, really funny.
Or certain kids.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to write. I'm trying to write my very first panto script at the moment.
Oh wow!
And it's really hard, because my sense of humour does not necessarily match the general public's.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What panto are you writing? What's the story?
Oh, it's a secret.
Oh.
Okay. It's Aladdin. I'm doing Aladdin.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Because you want to like, and I've always been so impressed by the school shows, because it's nice to see a different side of the teachers and for the students to see a different side to you when you're a teacher. But also, like, put on everything else that you've got going on to then be like, ta-da, we can sing and dance too, and write the script. You know, the costumes I've never seen are, like, super amazing, but, like, you know, get the right sort of costume, all that stuff. It's insane.
Yeah, it's a big ask, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The difficulty, I think, is, especially at that time of the year, is that a lot of us, I definitely in the school I'm working at the moment, we've got an awful lot of mocks going on and other bits and pieces which take an awful lot of your time up. So, and everybody's just, I mean, we're all busy all the time anyway, aren't we? But it's such a long term, and it's, so everybody's tired and everybody's busy anyway. And then if you've got mocks, that adds to it even more. All of the year groups are there, so there's no like freedom from like year 11s or anything like that. They're all there, and the pressure is on. And so it can be really difficult to get people, some who are maybe a little bit more reserved, to sort of come and, you know, be involved if you want as many staff as possible. So some of them are not 100% comfortable with it anyway, which, you know, you don't want to force anything and make them really uncomfortable. But the timing issue can make it, really problematic for people that would otherwise be in it.
Why is it worth it then, Claire, when it's, you know, it is such a busy time of year for everybody at home and at work. So why is it worth it to put on a show?
I think it's like anything which takes a lot of time and dedication, isn't it? That when you see the end result, like similar to, you know, to teaching in general, when you've taken those kids through all of the years that you take them through, and you get them through their GCSEs, and to see their faces when they get the results they want. I mean, it's just, that's what makes it all worth it, you know, for what we do and our jobs and everything. So yeah, when you've put so much dedication and time into a rehearsal, and then you get to see the result and you're really enjoying it, the staff are enjoying it, the kids are enjoying it, and it's like a nice way to sort of like send them off at the end of term. Everybody's happy, it's prepared, everyone's like, it helps you prepare for Christmas. It's something just really special. I think you've got to have quite a special school community to be able to like pull it off. But it makes, I mean, I've done performances. I'm not like, I wasn't a drama student, but I did sort of drama at A level and was in the school performances and stuff, like always really enjoyed it. And so I've always, although I'm a qualified English teacher, I've always enjoyed doing the drama as well and teaching the drama. And so, and that was always what made it worth it, when you do that performance and you get your applause and everyone's enjoying it, and it's just, that's what makes it all worth it. It's just, there's no also, feeling like it, nothing like it.
I also think from a maths teacher point of view, actually, we don't have the hardest job, but compared to lots of other subjects, we have a hard job, because we have potentially 3 lessons in the last week. English, let's be honest, you're all just watching Christmas Carol.
That's true.
Anything where you only have
Muppet
one lesson
Christmas
a week,
Carol.
Mix it up a bit. Anything where you only have one lesson a week, you're just like, that lesson is fun. Science do cool experiments and make Christmas cards. Somehow they do loads of colouring. Maths, you can't make 3 lessons. You can't make the whole last week fun. It's just physically not possible. So it always feels like maths are the only department.
So you're the Scrooge department.
Away. But we don't have a choice because there's only so much you can do. And this is my theory as to why on the Twinkle website the Chris Maths resources are so popular, because teachers are just desperate to give them the fun.
And the colour by number and all
quiet.
that.
Exactly. So when you have those take the kids down to see the show thing, it's great. It's just a free lesson. I have a very cheesy Christmas joke to put in here.
Go on.
What's the teacher's favourite Christmas carol?
I don't know. What is a favourite Christmas carol of teachers?
A Silent Night.
Oh.
I have a good Christmas joke as well. Oh, you want it now? Okay. Just got to remember it in my head. It's what do you call Santa's elves?
I don't know. What do you call Santa's elves?
Subordinate clauses.
Hey!
That's the English teacher Christmas joke.
I'm having flashbacks. Did we have this joke last year?
Probably.
Oh, I don't know, did we?
I think we put it on a poster somewhere, didn't we?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think we did.
Well, that's for everyone who didn't listen last year.
There you are.
Well, everyone's hungry for more because only one person's not hungry at Christmas. Guess who that is?
Go on.
The turkey. He's stuffed.
Oh. They're proper Christmas cracker jokes, those. I love them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love a few Christmas cracker jokes. So, Claire, do you think it's important that school as a community should celebrate things like Christmas?
Definitely. I think it's really important. And I think that probably the best school I've ever worked in, which happens to be the one I'm working in right now, is very, not going to name drop or anything. It's very big on community. So there's the school itself, there's the feeder schools, and there's the community of the small town and the sort of surrounding areas, and they are very keen to involve all of these different groups and everything that they're doing, and they do regular events actually that take place because obviously the high school's got the biggest spaces. So they have a lot of stuff which involves all of the different communities in the school. Concerts, there's a Christmas concert I know coming, I think that's next week. I've not worked there for very long, so I don't know an awful lot about it, but I know they're doing a big Christmas concert. There's a concert that they do, like a carol service thing at the church. I think that it's anything that you can do when people, it's easy for people who are not at school and not at secondary school to kind of feel somewhat detached from it all. Me and I'm different to the kids today, schools today. It's all very different to what we're used to. So I think anything you can do to involve the community and bring everybody together is going to be a good thing. And the Christmas performances, even if they're just the things that are in school, like within like the high school itself, as long as you are doing all you can to sort of emphasize and spread that idea of community, is going to be teaching the kids something very worthwhile, and then obviously it's good for the community outside the school as well. So it's good for everybody, I think.
Why do you think Christmas in particular has such an impact? Because obviously there's other events like Easter in the Christian calendar, and obviously so many festivals, Diwali and Ramadan and so on, in the non-Christian calendar. Why Christmas? Christmas seems to have so much going on.
I think there's obviously it depends on where you are sort of geographically and everything, but you generally find that most schools will have quite a lot of students, or the majority of the students will be celebrating Christmas. But even if they're not Christian, you can still be a part of it, because it's about spreading love, it's about spreading joy, it's about peace and goodwill to all man. I think there's a lot, even if you don't believe in the stories itself, because I wouldn't call myself a Christian. I think that there's this idea of family, friendship, that coming before anything else. And I think no matter what religion you are, I don't know a huge amount about lots of other religions, but I think that all of them are going to have elements of sort of peace and goodwill and family and love, forgiveness, putting the past behind you, making a positive difference to society. So that's Charles Dickens, the religion of Charles Dickens. So I think it's something that everybody can be a part of, no matter who you are and where you're from.
And I think
it's a good educational
well,
message.
because it happens in deepest, darkest winter,
yes,
that we need it. We need some sort of festival to brighten up those long winter nights. I mean, on my street, we have literally got Blackpool illuminations outside somebody's house, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. Santa's waving from the upstairs window. There's reindeers. There's an elf. There's a post box where you can put your letters to Santa. Oh yeah,
brilliant.
It's all going on. And I honestly do think we need it at this time of year.
Yeah,
so I agree with you. Yeah.
I think maybe especially after what we've been through. I mean, it seems like it's getting further and further away, and yet it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we were all locked down.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it anymore. We don't talk about lockdown anymore. You know, it's so I think that when we weren't able to do those things, it was awful. It was just so sad, and so some people were so lonely. You know, people that didn't, even if you did or didn't have family to go to, you either didn't have any anyway, or you were not allowed to see them. Yeah. So I think that anything that we can do, because I still think we're seeing I don't know about what you guys think, but I think we're still seeing some of the negatives of lockdown in the kids at school. So I think that anything that we can do to sort of shove Christmas down their throats and like to kind of like make up for all of the
bring
sort of
back
what we
that
lost,
feeling of belonging to a community, which was lost when we all couldn't mingle. I think you're very right there. I think there are going to be some long-lasting effects from COVID that we haven't even calculated for yet.
This sounds really flippant now, but I've been wanting to get this joke in for about 5
Go
minutes.
on.
You know what Charles Dickens' favourite drink is? It's a martini. But the big question is whether he likes olive or twist.
Oh. Oh, Jodie. You actually should get a job writing Christmas cracker jokes, because you just seem to be full of them.
I don't know, there's no snap to that job.
Oh, for crying out loud, she's at it again.
My adorable nephew is going with his school tomorrow, in fact, to go see a pantomime with the rest of his class. He's very excited that the whole class are going, and also his daddy, who is even more excited than my nephew to be going. What do you think the benefits are to going to see a professional show? Do you think it's worth it? The kids still, obviously some still do, but
there's one like nearby to where I live. It's the Thursford Christmas Spectacular, they call it, and it's very popular every year here in Norfolk. And I went many years ago, and it's like if you had to imagine what Christmas sort of looked like in a venue, I mean, this would be it. It was just like Christmas vomited over everything. Like it was like there was lights everywhere. There was like sweet carts. It was very kind of Victorian in its like style. And it was like and it was absolutely packed with people, packed with kids. And then on the inside, they had all of these different performances. They had like the dancers that have like those, like the feathers behind their heads and all like the feathery skirts. And they had like I can't know what they're called, but like doing like things like the can and whatever else. And then they had
sliders.
Like that kind. Yes, exactly. And then they had like musical performances, like from sort of like musicals, and they had like a magician and that thing. I tried to remember what it was called. There's that thing. This is probably going to be awful if none of us know what it is. This is going to be terrible a little bit. But it's like a big kind of, I can only describe it as like a cart or a carriage. And it like, I think you just kind of like rotate a lever and it like plays music, and it sounds like something out of, what's it called? I was trying to think of it the other day. Fairs. Yeah, it was one of, what's it called?
Put it on the message, Penny. We can't lip read.
So you can't
read.
See
She's shouting it at us. But
our producer is just muted and is shouting at us and trying to say barrel organ.
Is that what it's called? I have no idea. That's what it was. It was like, it was like amazing just to see that, like, because it has a very specific sound, like how it all comes out, and it's brilliant. It was just, and you don't see them very often, like, so, well, not around where I live anyway. So and stuff like that, and I think like it's it really has an impact on you, and I think it's something incredibly special. It's rare, and you don't see it all the time, and I think that's the kind of thing that if you're like, I remember it, and like I was like definitely like in my 20s, and I'm in my 30s now, just for reference. There's like, if you take your kids to see something like that, or some other kind of special performance, or Father Christmas, like Breakfast with Father Christmas, which I know a lot of garden centres do, then it's the sort of thing they will remember forever, and they'll always remember. It's like, I hate using this phrase, but like making memories, you know, but that is what it is.
Last year we ended up recording our Christmas episode in like early November, and I was just on like Christmas mode from then. This year is when I went to Austria and I got back, and I've been on Christmas mode. But this has made me feel so Christmassy.
Yeah, me too.
So I have a question for both of you. What is going to be your New Year's resolution?
Ooh, now that's thinking ahead. New Year's resolution for me, to be organised. I mean, you know, to try.
How many times have you made that one, Marie?
Every year since I was about 6. But I keep trying. I'm ever the optimist. What about you, Claire?
I think that I just need to put a little bit more, it's like what I write about some of the kids in their reports. I think I need to put a little bit more effort into things like that need doing around my house, because I'm a bit notorious for leaving things undone if there's something else that I want to do. And because there's always something to be doing, because when you've got 2 like quite young kids. But I think, I'd be a lot more proud of myself if I just, rather than just leave the washing to sit there or something, I just get on and do it. I'm terrible, and then it just all builds up, and then I feel a bit overwhelmed by it. So
sounds similar to me, really.
Be mine too, to be fair. I was gonna say to change all the plugs in my office because they're gold and I want them to be white. I have changed the light switch. Nobody's noticed.
Yes.
Oh, it looks very nice.
Why,
I noticed.
It works and everything. But yeah, I think probably just to make a to-do list of the things I want to do in the house. I think that should be my
and then just work through it throughout the year. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, Claire.
Yes,
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you.
It's definitely got me into the festive spirit.
Full of Christmas cheer now.
Ah, great. That's what every Christmas-ologist wants.
Exactly.
Yes.
And maybe we'll see you next year at Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas-ology part 3.
Now you are our official Christmas-ologist.
Awesome. I'll take that.
Yay.
We're going to take a quick break over Christmas, but we will be back in the new year. But we're going to swap and start doing our episodes monthly. So you'll still be able to hear all our ramblings just on a monthly instead of a fortnightly.
Bit longer to wait, but it'll be worth it.
It will be. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe so that you get those updates. So, if you want to be part of the conversation, what do you do, Marie?
Email us at beyondmailbag@twinkle.co.uk. And remember, that's Twinkle without an E.
Yay!
Have a wonderful Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone. Happy Christmas.
Bye.
See you in 2024.
Woo!
This podcast is proudly produced by Beyond. Please bear in mind the views and opinions expressed are those of individuals and may not represent those of Beyond or Twinkle.